Hello and welcome back to Boxing Social in association with Betfred. My name is Ayman and I'm here in Brixton at Miguel's gym. We've just finished the weigh-in for Black Box Global's inaugural bill, that being the Boxing Heist bill, which happens tomorrow night. With me is the one and only, the promoter for Black Box Global's Boxing Heist, Dean Whyte. Dean, how's life treating you?
Do you know what? Life's good, man. Life can't be better, man. It's, things are going really well. We're finally here. The weigh-in's done. All the talking and all the training is over. The camps are finished. It's all to do tomorrow night, man. You know what I mean? All praise to God, man. It's come together. And it's a mega moment. It's a mega moment for myself, my team, the people around me. It's a mega moment for the cultural diversity in the sport. As a black promoter, a man of many talents, because I'm a manager, I'm a coach, and I feel like, I'm going to bring something good and different and energetic to the sport. First and foremost, though, we want to make sure grassroots boxing has a good platform and we showcase good skill and put on a good show.
Dean, you've been involved with the boxing scene for quite a while, but there's obviously a lot of difference between what you've done and then promoting the show.
Exactly.
Tell us about the headaches that kind of brings in terms of promoting them.
Do you know what? It's had its trials and tribulations. I feel like there's been a lot of stress because maybe I made that stress for myself because it's my first show. I've been a bit too hands-on and doing a lot of stuff, but a lot of people have helped, driving me around, helping do things, because a lot of the time I'm doing things half asleep because I'm so tired because I'm doing too much, you know what I mean? But by the grace of God, we've done it, man. We're here, we put it all together. Everyone's played their part, and now tomorrow is history. A young black man coming from the streets of South London is going to put on a mega show. It's not going to be a small. I'm going to call it that because we must speak things into existence, which I did first and foremost, and this is why this moment is here. But we're going to have a mega show because it's going to be a mega show, but because of the atmosphere, for one. But it's going to be a mega show because it's actually quite a big event, especially our first event, and it's going to be packed. And we're going to have good entertainment, good music, good energy, good fights. And, we're going to have some fun, man. We're going to have some fun.
Then you just mentioned a little bit there about what my next question was going to be in terms of we've seen a lot of newish outfits coming through and some returning outfits like your boxers, Pro Bellum are coming through. You started your own thing here too as well. What can people expect to kind of get when they come and sit down to a Boxing Heist show, a Black Box Global show? What can they expect to see in terms of entertainment and the boxing?
Do you know, we want to kind of give back to the fans. So we're only not just doing boxing. We want to have a little bit of entertainment. We want the vibe, the frequency to be right in the arena, Last week the energy was good, the Romford Bull. If he was there, you heard his crowd, you heard him screaming, you heard him chanting, which was great. And we want something similar, you know what I mean? But we've got a stats card, so I feel like we're gonna have the energy right. But we're gonna have some good music, man. We're gonna have some different music, car. I'm a music man. We've got some DJs, we've got some entertainment. It's going to be fun. So as well as the boxing, even if you're not a boxing fan, you can come, you can have a good night. We're going to have some jerk chicken, we're going to have some lobster, we're going to have some fish. We're going to be doing it different. We're going to do it my way. We're going to do it so they understand, the culture's in the place and it's vibes we're dealing with, you know what I mean? Harmony, you know what I mean? Just like, when you go carnival, it's vibes. That's what you're going to get. You're going to get vibes in the ring and then you're going to get vibes outside the ring and we got, there, mad. You get me? So, trust me. Tomorrow night they're going to see, and it will be the first of many, man. We want to put on good shows so people get, value for money. You know what I mean? We've got the punch machine there as one. We're going to have the 360 machine for people who like camera one, pause on, rare. But we want to put on a show so people say, you know what? I enjoyed the boxing, but I enjoyed the show as well. And the food just as much.
Dean, let's talk about the card. I mean, you got the likes of Tony Banj on there. You got some debuting prospects too. You got other prospects on there too. Adrian Redmond's on there. I mean, talk me through the card and what can people expect in terms of the fights too.
Do you know what? There's a lot of boys. Tony Banj, he's coming back. I think his last outing, I think he was coming off a loss. So, I've taken on Tony. I've coached him. I manage him and I promote him. So Tony is someone I'm going to guide and nurture and press him on, and hopefully, get him to some titles and stuff. So I'm going to guide his career. So this game's about nurturing and kind of knowing how to maneuver the fighters. So I'm going to navigate his career. Tomorrow night we've got to get past that opponent because nothing's a foregone conclusion. We expect him to get the win if he holds his mental capacity and does the right thing and boxes well and not goes OTT, you know what I mean? So that's one. But he's trained very, very hard. He's been very dedicated. He's come from a long way. 3 times a week he's been there. training. You know what I mean? And then we've got Ziggy McCauley, another one I train. He comes there 2 times a week. I've trained him. He's in good shape, you know, training. But yeah, again, it's all about the mindset of the fighters. You can be in the best shape of your life, but when you go in the ring, if you don't listen to your corner and you start teeing off, you're going to look like you're not even trained. Nerves get to people. As little as this show is, or as big as the shows I've been to, nerves get to you, especially when you're walking down the tunnel towards, you know, towards the fight and certain things. You get what I'm trying to say? So we've got to see. And we've got to see on the card, sorry, my bad. We've got Adrian Redmond, he's in a good fight, 2 undefeated guys. Georgie Mitchell, Alfie Clegg, Luke Pearson, Tom Simmons, who else? Aaron Pierce, Prosper. There's some good guys, good young talent on the card, you know, doing things, you know what I mean?
This is your first bill, but you will obviously have those dreams, first of all, promoting and getting the first show off the ground, but what's the dream here in terms of Dean Whyte and Black Box Global? Where do you want to get to?
Oh, I don't know, we've got to take one step at a time, but you know, we're definitely going to put the energy out there, we're going to put it out to the universe. We want to do big things, we want to, you know, make sure we kind of deliver good shows and continue. Next year, we'll have a few more shows and then see where we develop. And maybe, you know, not looking too far ahead, you know, see where we go. Maybe go abroad and do something. Join up with some promoters abroad. But firstly, we want to build in our own backyard, put on good shows, put on entertaining stuff and see what happens.
Just moving on, I want to get your thoughts on a couple of other things. Obviously, last week or so, we saw Cameron McGee, but that was supposed to be headlined by Dylan Whyte and Otto Wallen. Didn't have to pull out for his shoulder injury. What's the latest with Dylan Whyte? Have you had any conversations with him? Yeah, I speak to him every day. He's just recovering, man. He's doing his physio. He's in a good place. Obviously, he's upset that he couldn't fight, but look, he's got to wait now. Next year, he's mandatory. So now he's got to sit it out and see what next year brings. The WBC's announced they're going to make their things next week. So we just look forward to that. But he's in a good place. Let him do him. Next year, he'll be back and bigger and better. Tyson Fury fight looms. But today is for Black Box Global, man. Let's give these young boys their opportunity and their platform and their time to get their innings, you know what I mean? Just quickly, I just want to get your thoughts on a couple of other fighters who were on the bill last week. Alen Babic and Youssef Khoumari both fought. Just a reaction to those two. Youssef Khoumari came on the unfortunate end, whereas Alen Babic got the stoppage victory. Yeah, I think he come a little bit up short there, saying a lot of people had Yusuf winning that fight, you know what I mean? I felt like he was doing amazing. I thought he was kind of coasting it. When he started to tee off and trade, I think that kind of didn't help him, but I felt like he's still done enough to win the fight. But you know, they put Yusuf in really, really hard fights. I think the last 3 fights have been very, very hard. You know what I mean? But look, I think it will put him in good stead. Great experience for the next step of his journey. You know what I mean? Going in there, that Ofer Jones or what his name got ironed out by that kid. And he was meant to be a decorated amateur. And Yusuf went in there and done the full, was it 10 rounds he done with him? And virtually beat him on a lot of people's cards. So good things are going to come from him. He's a good boy. He puts in a lot of hard work in the gym. And, you know, credit to him, you know what I mean? But Babic as well, he's coming off a good win. He put Molina into retirement. We thought he got him out of there in the first 5 seconds. That would have been what a win that would have been, you know what I mean? But look, he moves forward and, you know, he's got good things in the future for him. And the other thing I want to get your thoughts on, it's coming tomorrow night. It's the undisputed clash between Canelo Alvarez and kellerplan. Just get your take on that fight too. Hell of a fight, man. Those boys, big fan of Canelo. He's a hell of a fighter. He's going to go down in the Hall of Fame. And I'm a big fan of his. You know, he's the testament of a true athlete. And if you put the application and time and energy in your sport, that is what you get out of the sport. You know what I mean? I'm not sure if there is a man that can beat him, but if there was, I'd like it to be this man, kellerplan, because of what he's been through, the trials and tribulations. I like an underdog, you know what I mean? He lost his daughter, he lost his mum, and the things is, you know, he seems quite a humble man, but I'd like him to give it a shot, and if he could, that would be great for the books. But if he doesn't, you know, hopefully he puts up a great performance, and we get a great fight tomorrow night.